morning, Nighthawk Nation. My name is Bradley Kunkel, your anchor for this week. Welcome to the HBS Upload, where we upload the latest news for you to download. At Hettinger Public School, we challenge all to meet their academic and life goals while inspiring lifelong learning. Please stand to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On Thursday, Miss Tui's first grade class celebrated 100 days in school. They dressed up like grandma and grandpas and celebrated the day with mid-morning tea, afternoon bingo, and a few different card games. You can expect further coverage on this event in an upcoming school news story. Fifth grade has the challenge of separating salt from water. There were many water filters. And one group went above and beyond to boil theirs. Seventh grade is finishing up on their unit on disease in the human body, so we collected samples around the school to grow on petri dishes, Ms. Schneider said. February is CTE month. CTE stands for Career Technical Education, which provides students of all ages with the academic and technical skills, knowledge, and training necessary to succeed in future careers and to become lifelong learners. CTE prepares these learners for the world of work by introducing them to workplace competencies and makes academic content accessible to students by providing it in a hands-on context. Our first featured CTE category this week is the health program that is provided here at HBS via ITV. Olivia Defoe, a student from the ITV health class, stated, "I appreciate the medical field exposure I received from the 2 medical ITV classes I enrolled in this year. They educate and dive deeper into what healthcare truly is." Our second featured category is construction, available here at HBS via ITV. Gage Goldaddy is a student taking the class. A student taking the class stated, "I'm currently taking construction explorations class as part of the CTE building trades operating engineering pathway. We are learning about the basic equipment operations, safety, and job responsibilities needed for the job. I'm taking this class because I was going to go into something in the construction business, and these classes seem like a good way to get ahead in my career while I finish high school." Students and staff, if you have a short story you would like to put here on school news, please let Mr. J or one of his video production students know. As an addition to the HPS Upload, elementary students will be bringing you the elementary announcements. Today's elementary student is Reese Ellers.
As an addition to the...
No, you read the bottom.
Oh. Breakfast and lunch for this week. Monday's breakfast is breakfast bar and lunch is hot ham and cheese. Tuesday is breakfast is ham and eggs and lunch is bean and beef burrito. Wednesday's breakfast is breakfast sandwiches and lunch is grilled cheese and soup. On Thursday, breakfast is assorted Danish and lunch is spaghetti. And Friday there is no school. Silent reading in 4th period this week, bring a book. Prom t-shirt order forms are in the office. Shirts are $25 and you must pay before the shirts are ordered, due March 9th. Scrubs Camp, March 16th, open to all 10th, 12th graders interested in the medical field. If you are interested, please come to the office and pick up a paper from Kira. National Honor Society candidates, the due date for your forms have been moved to March 2nd at 3:30 p.m. I want you to be able to ask questions and have me check your paperwork over before it is due. Best of luck, candidates. Hear your favorite songs and local radio in the hallways on Fridays. Scan the QR code on the posters in the hallways every Friday. KNDC will be taking requests and playing them on the radio and in school hallways. And those are all the announcements today.
Thank you, Reese. Now, before we move on to this week's School News story, Mr. Janikowski has some exciting news for us regarding a new homeroom activity.
How's it going, Braylon?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
So,
Pretty
what's this
awesome.
about, Mr. J?
So we have this new activity that I'm really, really excited about. Last year we did Ag Olympics. This year I want to kind of switch it up a little bit, make it a little bit more structured. But it's for all homerooms, okay? It's called Who Wants a 4.0, very similar to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, okay? So on Wednesdays, the Video Pro and Bro class, production and broadcasting class, will send one host into one homeroom for that day and give them up to 5 multiple choice questions. Each week, we will visit a different homeroom, okay? The group will have about 60 seconds to decide their answer, which will be stated by the teacher as their representative. So the teacher's going to kind of submit the answer and just collect what the answers are, but they will give no input to those answers. Now, every correct answer gives each student in that homeroom 2 bonus points towards any class that they want. You heard me right. Any class that they want, they can give 2 bonus points, 4 bonus points, depending on how many they get correct. It goes up to 10. So a total of 10 bonus points are possible for any class you want, all depending on if your homeroom does a great job. Now, if the group answers incorrectly, their turn is over, and they keep the points that they earned so far. Now, and being similar to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you will get 1 lifeline. Your homeroom will get 1 lifeline, which will give you the opportunity to ask your teacher. Okay? Your teacher then can give their opinion based on what they think the answer is. They may know, they may not know, but they can be an extra aid or help across the 5 questions that you might be able to answer. Now this Wednesday, we're going to start with Miss Block's homeroom, and then we're going to continue the order from there. So that's pretty much everything.
Sweet. Thanks, Mr. J.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. J, for that information. Now let's go to this week's story by Colby Melling.
I interviewed Mr. Erickson and Cook Felicia about bringing seconds back. So what was the conflicts that made you guys make the decision of taking seconds away?
Well, what happened, Colby, is when we look at some of the different things that came to play with the seconds. First of all, it's difficult when you start to prepare food and then you come into the end of the line, which is mostly the junior high, which yourself, you see that you need a little bit extra food. And we were kind of running out, or some days we were making extra food. So we looked at some of the different things that were happening. We had some students that were telling their teachers they wanted seconds, and then they would come through the line and see what it was, and they'd change their mind. And then we'd have extra food left over. Some of the other kids were getting pretty creative and maybe sharing some of the chips. In the elementary, we have a chip that we would get if you want seconds, and they were kind of sharing those. So we took a little bit of a break, and then we thought, well, we're going to give it a little bit of time and then come back and readdress if we could do seconds again. So it just so happened that you wrote me a letter asking me some questions about what about seconds, how come we changed, and if we can possibly bring back seconds. So here we are. We decided that we were going to give it another chance. We set up some of the rules, which Felicia is going to talk about, that we want the kids to follow. And so far, the seconds has been very well received to this point.
Okay. Anything else, or?
I just want to say that I appreciate the students. I appreciate your letter, that you went about it the right way, Colby. You asked me why. You didn't complain. You just asked what was the reason. You had some good points in your letter, and I wanted to address those. And we wanted to make sure that everybody has a chance now again to get seconds through our meal plan.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for letting me interview.
All right. Thank you.
So, which grades and what changed for the signing up process of seconds?
Okay, so seconds are available from grades 3 all the way through 12, and 3 through 6, it stays the same where they have the poker chip and then they'll give it to us, whereas 7 through 12, they have to come down and physically sign up on a sheet that is right in front of the computer, and they have until 9:15 to do it.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to add to this?
Well, we just hope that the kids kind of keep up being good, and so we can keep it for them. So far,
Okay.
it's going really good.
All right. Thank you for letting me interview.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And there it is. Seconds are back for lunch.
Thank you, Colby, for that story. I'm so happy we're having seconds back. Now let's go to sports like last week with Dylan Nash. How did we do?
We did pretty well. Let's look at some scores. In Bowman, JV won 62-48, and varsity lost 73-65. Versus Bowman, JV lost 61-50, and varsity lost 61-58. Now let's look at some highlights. Nighthawks versus Cowboys. Lily Stake with a block. Layla Jensen with a steal. Sophia Kennedy with a block. Layla Jensen with a fast break. Ella Jensen with a three-pointer. Boys varsity basketball. Nighthawks versus Bulldogs. Maddox Pierce with a three-pointer. Bennett Jorgensen with a three-pointer. Forrest Forthun with Caden Anderson with a steal. Bennett Jorgensen with another three-pointer, getting a lot of those this game. Bennett Jorgensen with another three-pointer. Sports this week. There are no sports this week.
Thank you, Dylan. Now let's go to Robert Larson with the weather report.
Good morning, folks. I am currently covering for Brennan Feeble, who was not able to appear here. We don't know why, but he was able to do the weather for us. So thank you very much, Brennan. So for Monday, it is going to be sunny with wind with a high of 36 and a low of 7. And Tuesday, there is going to be some snow, unfortunately, with a high of 29 and a low of 12, but it is most likely going to be sprinkled throughout the day. Wednesday, it is going to be cloudy and cold with a high of 19 and a low of 3. And Thursday, it will be partially sunny, but not as cold, with a high of 28 and a low of 16. And for Friday, it is going to be mostly sunny with a high of 34 and a low of 14. Saturday, it will be cloudy, 35 and 18 being the highs and lows. And then Sunday, it will also be cloudy with a similar temperature range, off to by just 2 degrees for a high of 33 and a low of 16. Now, on for some radar. Here you can see the snow kind of coming in for Tuesday, just a little bit of snow, a little bit of a hint, but then it comes in here in the morning, and then there might be some in the afternoon. And then for Wednesday here, it's going to be pretty empty, and then it shall be pretty clear for the rest of the week. Coming into Friday now, as you can see, nothing, with a little bit of something going on in the south. Now, back to you, Brian.
Thank you, Robert, for that weather report. We'd also like to thank Haley, our producer, for helping us make today's broadcast possible. And that's our news broadcast. Thank you for tuning into the HBS Upload, where we upload the latest news and downloadable content for you to enjoy. If you enjoyed this news broadcast, make sure you like this video. If you would like to stay up to date on our weekly school news, podcasts, local sporting events, and community streams, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring that bell to get notifications. We will see you next week, Monday at 9 for more information.